Hey right guys, Trophy Reacts here, and today we are watching and reacting to the, I believe, 2005 film Pride and Prejudice. I've been meaning to do this for a couple of weeks, and we have our boy Tom Wamsgans ready to team up with Keira Knightley, who I've not seen in a while. Well, I guess over Christmas she was on TV a little bit because Love Actually was on, and she's in that. But in terms of me sitting down and watching a film and Keira Knightley being in it, I could not tell you the last film I saw her in, so it'd be kind of cool. She was everywhere, and then I feel like she's not really. I'm sure she's done a lot, but nothing that I know of. I don't know. So yeah, this came out in 2005. Is it based on the TV or is it based on the TV series? The TV series is based off a book, I believe, something like that. There's a whole plethora of different versions of this story. I think Keira Knightley. I just want to check what she's been in because there must be something. She's 38 now. She has, yes, so she's still doing stuff. I don't know. What's Boston Strangler? I know the Boston Strangler is, but what is that film? I haven't even heard. Everest, she's in that apparently, but I haven't seen that. Oh yeah, I forgot they did a Pirates of the Caribbean film in 2017. The Imitation Game, that would be the last film I saw her in. 2014. I watched that the year it came out, so it's been 10 years since I sat down and watched a film that actually had Keira Knightley in. That's wild. She's in Atonement. I have seen that. Surprisingly, I've seen Atonement and not Pride and Prejudice. Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously, iconic. I need to rewatch those. I was thinking of re-reacting to those at some point. That'd be kind of fun. Of course, Love Actually, King Arthur. I think that's all I've seen her in. Oh, Star Wars Episode 1 isn't that? I don't know. But yeah, anyway guys, Pride and Prejudice, if you enjoy, make sure to leave a like, as it does help the video and it does help the channel. And if you do want to help vote, and well, you can request films and vote in the polls for which films I'll react to, which I do every, I'd say about 4 to 6 weeks. We kind of pick 3 films, so third, second and first place on that poll. And they're basically the next 3 films I react to over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So you only have to be a $1 Patreon to join in on that if you want to. Patreon will be linked down below. But for now, guys, let's do this. I expect the most romantic film ever. The only clip I've seen of this film is the one where he like holds a hand and his hand's like that, and then he goes like that or something. That's like the only scene I've seen, and I think I recreated it pretty perfectly for you guys there. So I bet one of the characters dies. Keira Knightley, there we go. Straight in there. And again, I only say that because, as I always say, you guys only recommend me the most depressing films ever, so I expect nothing less. You better tell me what year this film's set in as well. 1902 or something. Is that Rosamund Pike? It was, so I can tell you that for a fact. That's pretty cool. God, Keira Knightley must have been like, what, 19 in this? Or like 20?
Who's single? Mr. Bingley, apparently.
Is Rosamund Pike single?
And how can that possibly affect them?
Oh, Donald Sutherland, my boy. Mr. Snow. More importantly, Jack Bauer's dad.
There's no need. I already have.
Such a sick voice.
Have you no compassion for my poor nerves?
Oh, you must
Bloody hell, calm down.
Just be handsome.
With 5,000 a year, it would not matter if he had warts and a leer.
5,000 a year.
So will he come to the ball tomorrow, Papa?
I believe so.
Oh. Is this Tom Wamsgans they're talking about?
I look quite pretty.
Oh, she bloody says in that film. You could probably buy that house back in the day for like £2.50. How mad's that? God, the olden days were popping off.
In the room does not end the evening in love with you, then I am no judge of beauty. All men. No, they are far too easy to judge.
Well, I had to get word of that, Keira Knightley. This is basically Bridgerton, then. It's really not. Oh, Tom Wamsgans? Show him to me. Is it? Is this Pride and she's called Prejudice? Yeah, it is. Oof, there we go. Mr. Darcy, that's the one. Emo boy. Emmy Award winning Tom Wamsgans, Mr. Darcy. Floss. Oh, no, we're all good. I thought he was going to maybe execute someone.
Miss Bennet, Miss Jane Bennet, Elizabeth and Miss Mary Bennet.
Oh, it is a pleasure. I have two others, but they're already dancing.
I'm delighted to make your acquaintance.
And may
Sure
I
you are,
introduce
Neil.
Mr. Darcy of Pemberley.
Is she from Eden Lake? No, got a name. It's not her, but it kind of looks like her. Bravo! Absolutely spiffing bit of dancing there.
Fills me with guilt. Not a very good reading skill. Prefer being out of doors. I mean, I can read, of course. And I'm not suggesting you can't read out of doors.
Privilege.
The regiment are coming! Officers! To be stationed the whole winter!
I can't hear what any of these guys are saying.
Oh,
I'm gonna turn it up.
oh look! Jane's dancing with Mr. Bingley.
Mr. Binley! Mr. Binley from the post office!
Will you dance, Mr. Darcy?
Not if I can help it.
Oh. Is he gonna have the emo vibe the whole film? Wow, mate, that's some good game there.
We are a long way from Grosvenor Square, are we not, Mr. Darcy?
No, I think it is. It is. Kelly Riley? Yeah, it is. From Yellowstone as well.
But her sister Elizabeth is very agreeable.
Perfectly tolerable, I dare say. Not handsome enough to tempt me.
Oh.
Return to your partner and enjoy her smiles. You're wasting your time with me.
Damn.
I wouldn't dance with him for all of Derbyshire, let alone the miserable half.
Derbyshire? So he just stands there and looks miserable. Cool. Olden Days music's unbeaten. They've never been able to top it after all these years. Tell me one song that sounds better than this. You can't do it. It's nice looking at a time before, like, depression was a thing. That's quite cool. Everyone's so content, apart from Mr. Darcy.
You first discovered the power of poetry in driving away love.
I thought the poetry was the food of love.
Of a fine stamp,
Whatever that means.
But if it is only a vague inclination, I'm convinced one poor sonnet will kill it stone dead.
So what do you recommend to encourage affection?
Oh, we've got him talking.
Dancing. Even if one's partner is barely tolerable.
Right, so he's going to whip out the dance moves then, to impress her. God, she's proud of herself. Get wrecked, Darcy. Where'd he go? He disappeared like Batman.
He danced with you most of the night and stared at you for the rest of it. But I give you leave to like him. You've like many a stupider person. Now, you're a great deal too apt to like people in general, you know.
God, sometimes some words sound too British, like I can't actually... What does it mean?
I can more easily forgive his vanity had he not wounded mine. But no matter, I doubt we shall ever speak again.
Yeah, alright, cool. That'd be a bit of a dead film, wouldn't it, Keira Knightley? Keira. That's kind of a cool name, actually, when you really think about it. That's got to be one of those, like, made-up names you pick when you're an actor. Like, Keira Knightley. That's just, like, too cool of a name. Her real name's probably, like, I don't know, Natasha Slogsworth or something.
A letter addressed to Miss Bennet, Mum, from Netherfield Hall. Praise the Lord. We are saved. Make haste, Jane, make haste.
Oh yeah, they actually like depended on getting married back in the day to get that coin.
It is from Caroline Bingley. She has invited me to dine with her.
That was easy.
Her brother will be dining out.
Oh.
Dining out?
Can I take the
Oops.
carriage?
Where? Let me see that.
It is too far to walk, Mamma.
Oh, as in...
Dining out, indeed.
Mamma, the carriage for Jane.
Certainly not. She'll go on horseback.
Horseback?
Oh, it's gone, that dog. Probably get there faster.
Though I don't think, Mamma, you can reasonably take credit for making it rain.
Oh. Unlucky.
will not hear of me returning home until I am better, but do not be alarmed. Excepting a sore throat, a fever, and a headache, there is nothing much wrong with me.
Oof, that was good.
Miss Elizabeth Bennet.
God, did she just roll on up here? Straight up.
Good Lord, Miss Elizabeth, did you walk here?
I did.
Any words, Darcy?
I'm so sorry. How is my sister?
She's upstairs.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, they would live with the... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I wondered why she just came here, but... Yeah.
My goodness, did you see her hem? 6 inches deep in mud. She looked positively medieval.
Thank you for tending to my sister so diligently. She is in far better comfort here than she would have been at home.
It's a pleasure. Oh, I mean, it's... Sorry, not a pleasure that she's ill, of course not. It's a pleasure that she's here.
Right. Yeah, you tell him.
Not going to be famous.
Jesus.
Back on the back, not related to the learned pig of Norris. Now that pig is...
Was she checking out a pig? God, everyone's just so happy in this. Not a phone in sight. Just people enjoying the moment.
How many letters you must have occasion to write, Mr. Darcy? Letters of business, too. How odious I should think them.
Odious.
They fall to my lot instead of yours.
Quite in raptures at her beautiful little design for a table.
Perhaps you will give me leave to defer your raptures till I write again. At present, I have not room enough to do them justice.
I don't know, what are you waffling? Deposit these raptures till I rapture these craptures. Somewhere.
I never heard of a young lady, but people say she is accomplished.
The word is indeed applied too liberally. I cannot boast of knowing more than half a dozen women in all my acquaintance that are truly accomplished.
Nor I, to be sure.
God, every line's like a riddle to figure out.
I do.
Absolutely.
And of course you must improve my mind by extensive reading.
I'm no longer surprised at your knowing only 6 accomplished women. I rather want to know at your knowing any.
Are you so severe on your own sex?
I never saw such a woman. She would certainly be a fearsome thing to behold.
Well, he loves that, Neil.
Let's take a turn about the room.
I feel like she's going to be evil. Like she's in Yellowstone. Oh, do you just walk around the room, literally? That's literally what you meant.
Is it not? After sitting so long in one attitude.
Let's walk around the room.
Will you not join us, Mr. Darcy?
In walking around the room?
I have 2 motives, Caroline, and I would interfere with either. Good affairs to discuss, or you are conscious that your figures appear to the greatest advantage by walking. If the first, I should get in your way. If the second, I can admire you much better from here.
Shocking. How shall we punish him for such a speech?
You could always laugh at him.
Oh, no.
Laugh at him? Harsh.
Proud, Mr. Darcy. And would you consider pride a fault or a virtue?
That I couldn't say.
Because we're doing our best to find a fault in you.
Maybe it's that I find it hard to forgive the follies and vices of others, or their offences against me.
Bloody hell, mate. Oh, I'm glad we all enjoyed walking around the room.
A Mrs. Bennet, a Miss Bennet, a Miss Bennet, and a Miss Bennet. Sir.
Oh, for heaven's sake, are we to receive every Bennet in the country? Mr. Bingley, is it true that you have promised to hold a ball here at Netherfield?
A ball?
Oh, there better be a ball. What's the point of what?
Invite the militia. They're excellent company.
Oh, do hold a ball, Kitty.
When your sister is recovered, you shall name the day.
I think a ball is a perfectly irrational way to gain new acquaintance.
Oh, she's like the emo kid, goth kid, called Lilith or something.
Stimulating company. It has been most instructive.
Not at all. Pleasure is all mine.
Yeah. They really bonded when they walked around that room. Oh, is this the scene? This is it! Oh! Oh! And then do the little hand thing. Yeah, that's basically a sex scene, to be honest. Sorted. They've had sex. She's pregnant. That's the only scene I've ever seen of Pride and Prejudice. Sorted.
Mr. Collins at your service.
I was sucked all the joy out of this room, didn't you, mate?
What a superbly featured room, and what excellent boiled potatoes.
Thanks, mate. You have like 3 haircuts going on.
My small rectory abuts her estate, Rosings Park, and she often condescends to drive by my humble dwelling in her little phaeton and ponies.
Does she have any family?
One daughter.
Oh, he's loving it.
Her daughter seemed born to be a duchess, for she has all the superior graces of elevated rank. These are the kind of little delicate compliments which are always acceptable to the ladies. And which
Yes.
particularly bound to pay.
How happy for you, Mr. Collins, to possess the talent for flattering with such delicacy.
I love him.
Though I do sometimes amuse myself with arranging such little elegant compliments. I always wish to give them as unstudied an air as possible.
Oh, believe me, no one would suspect your manners to be rehearsed.
Jesus. All comedians at this table.
After dinner, I thought I might read to you all for an hour or two.
Oh, 2!
I have with me Fordyce's sermons, which speak very eloquently on all matters moral.
Try 5 minutes, mate.
Are you familiar with Fordyce's sermons, Miss Bennet?
There's no way they actually let him read for 2 hours.
And I have to inform you that the eldest Miss Bennet has captured my special attention.
Oh, Mr. Collins.
Oh, thank God.
And that the eldest Miss Bennet is very soon to be engaged.
Engaged?
Get wrecked.
Not you agree.
Which one?
Mr. Collins.
Indeed.
Rosamund Pike, I assume.
Indeed.
Mr. Collins is the sort of man who makes you despair at the entire sex.
He was, I believe.
Oh, it's, he's Agent 47. What's his name? Rupert Friend. I think he's in Homeland as well.
I can't be trusted. I have very poor taste in ribbons.
Only a man truly confident of himself would admit to that.
No, it's true.
Sure.
And buckles.
Ignore me. I'm of next to no importance, so it's easily done.
Lizzie, lend me some money.
You already owe me a fortune, Liddy.
A fortune? What's that? Like £1.20?
Just on my way to your house.
Mr. Bingley, how do you like my ribbons for your ball?
Bit dead, to be honest.
She is. Look at her. She's blooming. Oh, Lydia. Be sure to invite Mr. Wickham. He's a cred.
Of course, the two blokes are just having a stare down.
Of course, you must come, Mr. Wickham. If you'll excuse me, ladies, enjoy the day.
Do him and Mr. Darcy have beef?
How long has Mr. Darcy been a guest there?
About a month.
He killed my father.
I must ask, Mr. Wickham, what is the manner of your disapproval of Mr. Darcy?
Here we go.
My father managed his estate. We grew up together, Darcy and I.
Ooh.
His father treated me like a second son, loved me like a son.
And Darcy got jealous.
With his last breath, his father bequeathed me the rectory in his estate. He knew I had my heart set on joining the church. But Darcy ignored his wishes and gave the living to another man.
Oh, Darcy's a knob then. It was who actually was just jealous.
Well, he loved me better and Darcy couldn't stand it.
How cruel.
So now I'm a poor foot soldier, too lowly even to be noticed.
Oh, breathe in. I can't.
God, they looked like torture devices back in the day. Corsets. Yeah, good luck breathing all night. Have fun.
If it is not true, let Mr. Darcy contradict it himself. Till he does, I hope never to encounter him.
Poor unfortunate Mr. Wickham.
On the contrary, Wickham is twice the man Darcy is.
Let us hope a rather more willing dancer.
Yeah, Darcy's not done much to, like, sell the romance yet. The hand thing was a good play, but we'll see. Another ball. Let's go.
Mrs. Bennet.
Miss Bingley?
Charming.
Charmed.
I'm so pleased you're here.
So am I.
At least one of the family members is happy.
Just admiring the general splendour.
It is breathtaking, Mr. Bingley.
Good.
Thanks, Neil.
The most pleasant gentleman in all my years.
I like this emo at the back. What do we call her? Lilith. She does not give a shit. God, Darcy is actually just Batman. He just keeps appearing and disappearing.
Lizzie, Mr. Wickham is not here. Apparently he's been detained.
Detained where? He must be here.
Did Darcy do that?
There you are.
Mate, can I read to you for 10 hours?
Innocent diversion. In fact, several people, with her ladyship included, have complimented me on my lightness of foot.
Right, okay. Oh, you're actually dancing with this guy. Waste of an evening. Everyone just knew the choreographers for every song.
It is my intention, if I may be so bold, to remain close to you throughout the evening.
No, no. No. Maybe they're endgame, who knows? Collins and Elizabeth.
May I have the next dance, Miss Elizabeth?
Oh, alright, he bloody dances now, doesn't he?
Did I just agree to dance with Mr. Darcy?
I dare say you'll find him very amiable, Lizzie.
It would be most inconvenient since I've sworn to loathe him for all eternity.
Fair enough. Go on, Darcy, let's see these moves. Orange Justice, go.
I love this dance.
Indeed, most invigorating.
It's your turn to say something, Mr. Darcy. I talked about the dance. Now you ought to remark.
I talked about the dance. You said, okay. I mean, he didn't give much back, did he?
Please advise me of what you would like most to hear.
That reply will do for present.
How are the crops this fair morn, Darcy?
You talk as a rule while dancing?
No. No, I prefer to be unsociable and taciturn. Makes it all so much more enjoyable, don't you think?
She's got the sarcasm level at the right amount. I appreciate it.
He's been so unfortunate as to lose your friendship. And I dare say that is an irreversible event.
It is.
Sticking up for a
Why do you
boy.
ask such a question?
To make out your character, Mr. Darcy.
And what have you discovered?
Very little. I hear such different accounts of you as puzzle me exceedingly.
God, get wrecked, mate. You're getting bullied to no end. Oh, wait, have I seen this? I might have seen this somewhere. Oh, everyone else is evaporated. Hell yeah. I love a good dance scene. More so in, like, period dramas. Or what's the bloody point? Very good, very good. Bravo. Exquisite. She's slaying him, to be fair. He doesn't stand a chance.
Is that Mr. Darcy of Pemberley in Derbyshire?
I believe so.
I must make myself known to him immediately.
Oh.
He's the nephew of my esteemed patroness, Lady Catherine.
I must sniff his arse.
Consider it an impertinence.
Mr. Darcy? Mr. Darcy? Mr. Darcy?
Mate, get his line. Oh my god, everyone.
Good evening.
What interesting relatives you have.
Oh
Miss Elizabeth.
god.
I believe we have a mutual acquaintance.
So dead. Mr. Darcy is like, mate, why you stood behind him? Oh, Lilith popping off.
Very dear. You've delighted us long enough.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
I have a beautiful grey. Of course, Caroline's a much better rider than I. Of course.
Oh. Oh. What's it? Okay, I thought he was going to try and hold a hand or something.
We fully expect a most advantageous marriage.
What? Those two are just happy all the time.
Well, at least Bingley has not noticed.
No. I think he likes her very much.
Yeah, I think so. He's trying to just grab a dress.
I can't help feeling that at any point this evening, someone's going to produce a piglet and make us kiss it.
They're just kind of dancing just like to get it over, like doing the routine. So, bored. She's a joke, as she is.
Forgive me.
Correct. Oh my god, mate, are you actually doing She Loves Me, She Loves Me Not? Is this a one shot? They've done quite a few just like one shots. God, everyone's going through a lot of different emotions here.
Bennet, wake up.
God, they did an all-nighter! God.
Charles, you cannot be serious.
Well, he can be. Oof. Oof.
Mary, please.
Can we stop bullying Mary? Sorry, Lilith. Mate, why are you just lingering around? Can I read a book to you for 40 hours? Mate, they've all got a hangover. Can you drop it?
I was hoping if it would not trouble you that I might solicit a private audience with Miss Elizabeth in the course of the morning.
Elizabeth?
Certainly. Lizzie will be very happy indeed. Everyone.
I know they just decide these emotions for their sons or daughters and all that.
No, wait, please, I beg you, Mr. Collins can have nothing to say to me that anybody need not hear.
No nonsense, Lizzie. I desire you will stay where you are. Everyone else to the drawing room. Mr. Bennet?
But
Now?
It's so bothered. Please help me! You will be mortified, to be fair. I know everyone else had to leave. Oh, come on, Donald Sutherland. Kick him out of your house. Here, I picked this out of random bush. Do you want it?
I'm sure my attentions have been too marked to be mistaken.
Oh, look at all this food,
As soon as I
though.
entered the house,
This is for
I
breakfast!
singled you out as the companion of my future life.
The companion of my future life. Are they having gravy as a drink?
Perhaps I may state my reasons for marrying. Firstly, that it is the duty of a clergyman to set the example of matrimony in his parish.
Oh, mate.
Secondly, that I am convinced it will add greatly to my happiness.
Good for you.
And now, nothing remains but for me to assure you in the most animated language of the violence of my affections.
Mr. Collins!
Blood.
No reproach on the subject of fortune.
What's he doing on the bloody floor?
You are too hasty, sir. You forget that I have given no answer.
I must add that Lady Catherine will thoroughly approve when I speak to her of your modesty, economy, and other amiable qualities.
Mate,
Sir,
go away.
I am honoured by your proposal, but I regret that I must decline it.
I know ladies don't seek to seem too eager.
Mr. Collins, I am perfectly serious.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the play she's doing, mate.
Besides, you should take into account that despite your manifold attractions, it's by no means certain that another offer of marriage may ever be made to you.
Mr. Collins!
So I must conclude that you simply seek to increase my love by suspense.
Sir,
Why is he waffling?
I am not the sort of female to torment a respectable man. Please understand me. I cannot accept you.
Wow. And they all burst in and laughed at him. Damn.
Headstrong, foolish child.
That's unfortunate, bro.
Collins, we'll have this before he comes down.
She's actually running away. That's fair. God, the mum's rapid, to be fair.
Come and make Lizzie marry Mr. Collins.
He doesn't care.
Tell her you insist upon them marrying. Papa, please. You will have this house. I can't.
Oh, great.
I can't. Go back now and say you've changed your mind.
No.
Think of your family.
You cannot make me.
Mr. Bennet, say something.
Go away.
Your mother insists on you marrying Mr. Collins.
Yes, or I shall never see her again.
Lizzie, from this day
So
onward,
dramatic.
be a stranger to one of your
Who
parents.
will maintain you when your father is dead?
Your mother will never see you again if you do not marry Mr. Collins, and I will never see you again if you do.
Are you serious? Oh, right, okay, I just understood what he said.
Ungrateful child! I shall never speak to you again!
Well, good play.
What's the matter?
Someone died?
Jane?
What does that say? I can't read that. That's too neat handwriting. Is he being sent off to battle or something? Or they're just leaving or something. Yeah, they're off. Keep the dust away. Well, who closed the doors though? Because I don't know if the doors are automated at this time.
Caroline sees that her brother is in love with you and has taken him off to persuade him otherwise.
But I know her to be incapable of willfully deceiving anyone. It's far more likely that he does not love me and never has.
He loves you, Jane. Do not give up.
I would assume the sister got into his ear or something. Oh, no, you can't be serious. Oh, God. Is Darcy gonna... Bloody, I knew Darcy was going to give a jump scare.
Charlotte.
No,
My
it
dear
wasn't
Lizzie.
Darcy, but...
I've come here to tell you the news. Mr. Collins and I are engaged.
Engaged? Yes.
Collins is the guy who likes to read books to everyone, isn't he?
To be married?
Yes, of course, Lizzie. What other kind of engaged is there?
Well, engaged to go to the ball?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Lizzie, don't look at me like that. There is no earthly reason why I shouldn't be as happy with him as any other.
But he's ridiculous.
Or to be romantic. I've been offered a comfortable home and protection. Is a lot to be thankful for. I'm 27 years old.
Whoa.
Prospects. I'm already a burden to my parents. And I'm frightened. So don't judge me, Lizzie. Don't you dare judge me.
I'm pretty sure she did judge you, but it's cool. Yeah, if you weren't married by 27, oh bro, what an embarrassment you were. Where'd you not bloody pop from? Oh, we're doing a time skip? This is how they're doing a time skip, I know. Pretty cool. Because all the chickens died?
My wife encourages me to spend as much time in the garden as possible for the sake of my health.
My dear, I think our guest is tired after her journey.
And I plan many improvements, of course. I intend to throw out a bough and plant a lime wall.
So how long's it been? Like a year, maybe?
Any young lady would be happy to be the mistress of such a house.
Oh, mate, you waffle on, don't you, mate?
We shan't be disturbed here.
Thank God.
Has the pig escaped again? Oh, it's Lady
Well, the
Catherine.
pig with the massive
Come and
balls.
see Lizzie.
Do not make yourself uneasy, my dear cousin, about your apparel.
Just put on whatever you've brought that's best.
Lady Catherine's
Another
never been
ball?
averse to the truly humble.
One of the most extraordinary sights in all of Europe, is it not?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, yeah. Isn't that just Downton Abbey? Yo, her feathers flopping around. It's got a life of its own.
Your ladyship.
Jeez, look at this room.
Mr. Berg.
Mate, you gotta stand better than that. What's her name? What's that? I want to say Judi Dench. That's what I want to say. Yeah, it is. Judy, not Julie. Oh. Appears again.
Mr. Darcy? What are you doing here?
Mr. Darcy, I had no idea we had the honour.
Oh my God, mate, guys, bomb.
You know my nephew?
Yes, Ma'am. I had the pleasure of meeting your nephew in
Ma'am.
Hertfordshire.
Colonel Fitzwilliam, how do you do?
Mr. Collins, you can't sit next to your wife. Move. Over there.
Wrecked. No one likes Collins. When does it get to a point where you start to feel a bit bad for him? Because you get bullied all the time. He don't help himself, though.
Your sisters, do they draw?
Not one.
Oof.
It's very strange.
Yeah, I know, that's really weird.
Has your governess left you?
We never had a governess.
No governess. 5 daughters brought up at home without a governess. I never heard such a thing.
I don't know what governess is.
Your mother must have been quite a slave to your education.
Not at all, Lady Catherine.
Like a tutor, maybe?
But I think it would be very hard on younger sisters not to have their share of amusement because the elder is still unmarried. It would hardly encourage sisterly affection.
Upon my word, you give your opinion very decidedly for so young a person.
Well, you asked the questions, what do you want?
Is your age?
With 3 younger sisters grown up, your ladyship can hardly expect me to own to it.
I look quite pretty.
God, I love the most miserable dinner ever. Milk for dinner.
Well, music is my delight.
The
In
stances,
fact, there are
my
few people
God.
in England who have more true enjoyment of music than myself. I should have been a great proficient. So would Anne, if her health would have allowed her.
God,
Lady
dunk
Catherine,
on
I'm
Anne.
not afflicted with false modesty. When I say I play poorly,
Come, Lizzie. Her ladyship demands it.
Oh my God, shut up, mate. Do Interstellar. That one always goes down well. She's not doing too bad. Thought it'd be, oh, it's a little
you mean
bit.
to frighten me, Mr. Darcy, by coming in all your state to hear me. But I won't be alarmed, even if your sister does play so well.
I'm well enough acquainted with you, Miss Elizabeth, to know that I cannot alarm you, even should I wish it.
Mate, you ain't that acquainted.
First time I saw him at the assembly, he danced with nobody at all. Even though gentlemen were scarce and there was more than one young lady sitting down without a partner.
I knew nobody beyond my own party.
Oh, and nobody can be introduced in a ballroom.
Fitzwilliam, I need you.
Yeah, get called away, bro. Eavesdropping. Mate, just step up your game. I mean, his game's pretty decent. Everyone loves him, but is that just because he's rich? Yeah. Oh, the handwriting, so good. Oh! Oh!
Mr. Darcy?
Is it time? Go on a horse ride with me.
Please do be seated.
Wamscans realises in love.
I'm afraid Mr. and Mrs. Collins have gone on business to the village.
Mate, come on. He does not know how to do this.
Shall I call for some tea?
No, thank you.
Oh my god, see, now you've been...
Miss Elizabeth, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, you're killing me.
What on earth have you done to poor Mr. Darcy?
You've got him smitten. Inception. Don't tell me it's Collins reading. Don't do it. No.
Which are only to be obtained through.
You know he's been going for 62 hours as well.
On such occasions, the proud man steps forth to meet you not with the cordiality of affection. The one who reconnoiters an enemy.
I guess this was like the cinema back in the day. Or obviously Dune Part 2 and it's just him reading.
He recently came to the rescue of one of his friends just in time.
What happened?
He saved the man from an imprudent marriage.
Who was the man?
His closest friend, Charles Bingley.
Bingley.
Did Mr. Darcy give a reason for this interference?
There were apparently strong objections to the lady.
What kind of objections? Her lack of fortune.
I think it was a family that was considered unsuitable.
So he separated them.
I believe so. I know nothing else.
Who did he separate? Miss Bingley. Oh, that's the... Yeah, I remember. The Conan O'Brien guy.
Miss Elizabeth, I have struggled in vain and I can bear it no longer. These past months have been a torment.
Oh, right.
I came to Rosings with the single object of seeing you. I had to see you.
Well, bloody hell.
My family's expectation, the inferiority of your birth, my rank and circumstance, all these things that I'm willing to put them aside and ask you to end my agony.
I don't understand.
I love you.
Wow, alright. Kept that secret.
Most ardently.
Ooh.
Is this your reply?
Yes, sir.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
Are you rejecting me?
I'm sure that the feelings which, as you've told me, have hindered your regard will help you in overcoming it. You chose to tell me that you like me against your better judgment.
No, believe me, I
if
didn't
I
mean...
was uncivil, then that is some excuse, but I have other reasons. You know I have.
What reasons?
Well, right.
Do you think that anything might tempt me to accept a man who has ruined, perhaps forever, the happiness of a most beloved sister? You deny it, Mr. Darcy. That you separated a young couple who loved each other, exposing your friend to the centre of the world for caprice, and my sister to its derision for disappointed hope.
Why did he do that?
How could you do it?
Because I believed your sister indifferent to him.
Indifferent?
I watched them most carefully and realised his attachment was deeper than hers.
That's because she's shy.
Bingley, too, is modest and was persuaded she didn't feel strongly
because
for
you suggested it.
I did it for his own good.
Thanks for getting involved, Darcy.
No, it was more than that.
How, sir?
It was the lack of propriety shown by your mother, your three younger sisters, even on occasion your father.
Alright, mate. He's so salty.
Forgive me.
And what about Mr. Wickham?
Mr. Wickham.
What excuse can you give your behaviour towards him?
You take an eager interest in that gentleman's
He
concerns.
told me of his misfortunes.
Oh, yes, his misfortunes have been very great.
Oh, yeah, Wickham just disappeared, didn't he?
Could you expect me to rejoice in the inferiority of your circumstances?
Jeez, bro.
From the first moment I met you, your arrogance and conceit, your selfish disdain for the feelings of others, made me realise that you were the last man in the world I could ever be prevailed upon to marry.
Wow. More so than Collins. Right, you're not going to marry him, but you're going to kiss him, right? Okay, cool. Or not.
Forgive me.
Oh.
Madam, for taking up so much of your time.
They're not going to kiss that? Okay. Interesting. He's a bit of a penis, though, isn't he? Oof, the transition of a lifetime. So she really actually just stood there all day, staring at that. That's kind of... And what else are you going to do, really? Look at the pigs. God, he's come back again. Can't get enough of her now, can he?
I shall not renew the sentiments which were so disgusting to you. But if I may, I will address the two offences you have laid against me.
And he's disappeared like Batman again. Does he even actually exist?
But upon my father's death, Mr. Wickham announced he had no intention of taking orders. He demanded the value of the living which he was given,
Alright.
and which he gambled away within weeks.
Oh, okay, well.
He then wrote demanding more money, which I refused, after which he severed all acquaintance. He came back to see us last summer, at which point he declared passionate love for my sister, whom he tried to persuade to elope with him. She is to inherit £30,000. 30,000. When it was made clear he would never receive a penny of that inheritance, he disappeared.
So he kind of did it to himself, no?
Are you all right?
I hardly know.
So, you know, I mean, if he gambled it all away,
How fortunate you have arrived.
kind of left out some details there, didn't he? Wickham did.
I'm quite over him, Lizzie. If you passed me in the street, I'd hardly notice.
No.
London is so diverting.
Lizzie, come on, tell her! Oh, Kitty, stop making such a fuss.
She asked me as well.
She probably can't afford it.
Some better company.
Kitty, what's the matter?
Just as much right as Lydia. If I could but go to Brighton.
And more so because I...
It's this bloke.
Let us hope, in fact, that her stay in Brighton would teach her her own insignificance.
Jeez.
She can hardly grow any worse.
All right, Donald.
You'd be obliged to lock her up for the rest of her life.
And get some fresh air. The glories of nature. What are men compared to rocks and mountains?
Believe me, men are either eaten up with arrogance or stupidity.
Fairs.
Darcy when I was at Rosings. Why did you not tell me? Did he mention Mr. Bingley? No. No, he did not.
He's called Tarzan, isn't he? So, because do you want to get any closer to her face? My God. Where are we now? Oh, it looks kind of mad though. What a shot, though.
Where exactly are we? I think we're quite close to Pemberley.
Mr. Darcy's home.
That's the fellow. Very well stocked lake.
Home again. How long's he been disappeared for this time?
I'd rather not. He's so...
So what?
He's so rich.
Heavens, what a snob you are. Objecting to poor Mr. Darcy because of his wealth. The poor man can't help it.
He literally could help it. God, these buildings are ridiculous. In like the best way. God, that's sick. Yeah, that's a mad room. Oof. I want that. Just chilling in my hole. Oof. Got the head bust of Mr. Darcy as well.
Handsome face. Lizzie.
She's from
Is it
something
a
as
true
well.
likeness?
Does the young lady...
Yeah, no, that was pretty much like them, to be fair. More mad views. Let's have a look. God. Imagine that just being your garden. Oh, yeah, that's my garden. Oh, cool. I have 2 Pomeranians. They need a big garden to run around in, so if anyone wants to give it to me, it's fine. Who's going ham on the piano? Or is that just the music? Oh. Oh god, the zoom. They've done a few of those zooms, actually. Is this not just where Saltburn was filmed?
I thought you were in London.
No.
Well, we've established he just pops up wherever he wants.
No, I'm not.
No. Tomorrow we go to Matlock.
Tomorrow? Are you staying at Lambton?
Yes, at the Rose and Crown.
Yes.
The Rose and Crown.
May I see you back to the village?
No.
God, you two need to get a move on. We're wrapping up the film soon.
Mr. Darcy.
You gotta run after her, bro. You can't have a like Bridgerton-esque romance without running after her. Or gallop. I'll allow a horse. Oh no, cool. Awesome. He's just in here.
Pleasant about his mouth when he speaks.
You don't mind delaying our journey another day, do you?
He particularly wants you to meet his sister.
Oh, it was his sister. Oh no.
My sister, Miss Georgiana.
My brother has told me so much about you. I feel as if we are friends already.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Your unfortunate brother once had to put up with my playing for a whole evening.
But he says you play so
A whole
well.
evening. It was like 2
Then
minutes,
he has
but.
perjured himself most profoundly.
No, I said.
Oh, a smile, Darcy.
Not very well. I'm satisfied.
Are you fond of fishing?
Oh, very much so.
Can I persuade you to accompany me to the lake this afternoon? It's very well stocked, and its occupants left in peace for far too long.
I would be delighted.
Oh, he's bloody buzzing about that. I think they gave him an erection.
Only when forced.
Brother, you must force her.
Splendid fishing, good.
And now the fishing is done. What a splendid old lake full of fish. Yeah. Well, what now? Have I missed something? Composed.
It's the most dreadful news.
What? The pig died?
Lydia has run away. With Mr. Wickham.
Lydia. Is that Rosamund Pike?
She has no money, no connections.
No, that's not. Lydia. Oh, Lydia's that randomer. Oh, Mr. Wickham's the. Okay, yeah.
If only I'd exposed Wickham when I should.
No.
Oh, they've run off. Who cares?
No, this is my fault.
This is grave indeed. I will leave you. Goodbye.
Cool, thanks for your help, bro.
I will join Mr. Bennet and find Lydia before she ruins the family forever.
Ruins the family forever. Calm down. To be fair, doing that back in the day, oh my god, the shame. Scandalous, as it's saying Bridgerton.
I always said they were unfit to take charge of her.
And now she's ruined.
You're all ruined. Who will take you now with us?
But it was so dramatic back here.
So alarmed, Mama. Our uncle has gone to London and is helping in the search.
Lydia must know what this must be doing to my nerves.
I also don't think she cares.
How could she do such a thing to her poor Mama?
I know. Oh, it's all about you. Oh.
They're married.
I can't make out his
Look at me. They're married. They will be if Father will settle £100 a year on her. That is Wickham's condition. £100?
100 quid a year?
Son agreed.
Rich.
No man in his senses would marry Lydia under so slight a temptation as 100 a year. Your uncle must have been very generous.
Do you think it a large sum? Wickham's a fool if he accepts less than £10,000.
10,000? Heaven forbid.
Father!
What was 10,000? Like 10 mil? Maybe.
And at 15 too.
Oh my gosh, she's buzzing out. Back out of bed. Oh, just this character. What the hell?
Oh, to see her face. And tell the servants they will have a bowl of punch.
We should thank our uncle, Mama.
And so we should.
The servants get punched. Damn. So generous of her tonight.
Is that really all you think about?
It really
When
is.
you have 5 daughters, Lizzie, tell me what else will occupy your thoughts, and then perhaps you will understand.
You don't know what he's like.
Well, she ran away for long, didn't she?
You must all go to Brighton. That is the place to get husbands. I hope you have half my good luck.
Lydia.
I want to hear every little detail.
Yeah, I bet she does.
Because I was thinking of my dear Wickham. I long to know whether he'd been married in his blue coat.
The north of England, I believe, boasts some spectacular scenery.
Well, he's picking his nose at him. With his finger right up there.
Who is to be our best man if he doesn't come back? Lucky he did come back, or I would have had to ask Mr. Darcy, but I don't think he'd like Mr. Darcy.
Oh, the zoom.
I forgot. But I shouldn't have said a word.
Oh.
Mr. Darcy was at your wedding. He was the one that discovered us. He paid for the wedding.
Oh, of course he did.
Everything. But don't tell anyone. He told me not to tell.
Told me not to tell and I've let it slip instantly.
Kitty? to me often, my dear. Married women never have much time for writing.
No, you always have time to write to your mum.
There's nothing so bad as parting with one's children. One seems so forlorn without them.
One down, 4 to go.
Mr. Bingley is returning to Netherfield.
Mr. Bingley?
Mrs. Nichols is ordering a haunch of pork.
A haunch of pork. Buzzing. I don't know what that means. It sounds like a lot of pork, though.
I believe he's alone. His sister remains in town.
God, this guy's the local gossip, innit? And he's back.
He's at the door. Mr. Bingley.
Mr. Bingley.
Oh my goodness! Everybody behave naturally. And whatever you do, do not appear overbearing. Look, there's someone.
Okay.
What's his name? The pompous one from before. Mr. Darcy?
Mr. Darcy.
Mary, put that away at once. Find some useful employment.
God, she just goes in on him, doesn't she?
The ribbons, the ribbons.
The panic.
Mary, sit down at once.
Yeah, the ribbons will make all the difference, to be fair.
Mr. Darcy and Mr. Bingley, ma'am.
I'm very glad we are to see you, Mr. Bingley. There've been a great many changes since you went away.
I'm sure there
Miss
has.
Lucas is married. Mr. Wickham has been transferred to Newcastle, wherever that is.
Do you hope to stay long in the country, Mr. Bingley?
Wherever Newcastle is, who knows?
When you have killed all your own birds, Mr. Bingley, I beg you will come here and shoot as many as you please.
Oh, mate, this woman needs to stop waffling.
And we save all the best of the coveys for you.
Excellent.
Are you well, Mr. Darcy?
Quite well, thank you.
Are you sure?
I hope that the weather stays fine for your sport.
I return to town tomorrow.
Oh, right, we're just returning back to this. God, you two spend like 2 minutes together, don't you? Every 3 months. You actually gulping?
Well, we must be going, I think.
What was the point in the visit?
Darcy, it's been very pleasant to see you all again.
You came here, listened to the mum waffle for 3 minutes and left.
Just come again. For when you were in town last winter, you promised to have a family dinner with us. I've not forgot, you see. Most extraordinary.
Yeah, that's really extraordinary.
Miss Bennet.
Mr. Bingley.
I was doing a bit of role play with it.
I know this is all very untoward.
Just do
but
it,
I
bro.
would like to request the privilege of speaking to Miss Bennet. Alone.
Well, go right.
Everybody to the kitchen. Immediately. Except you, Jane, dear. Of course.
Well, obviously, thanks for establishing that bit, Mr. Bingers.
First, I must tell you I've been the most unmitigated and comprehensive ass.
Well, okay, sure. Oh, he's just full on proposed. Well, yeah, that makes sense because Collins did that to Elizabeth earlier. Well, that's 2 down, 3 to go now then. Yes, the guy ran away for however long.
1,000 times, yes.
Oh, well, sure.
Thank the Lord for that.
God, give him a bloody minute. Oh, Mum does my head. She's funny, but my God.
Always exceed their income.
Exceed their income. Here's 5,000 a year. 5,000.
God, everyone on this film's loaded.
So beautiful for nothing.
So interesting. All they care about is how much they earn. It's like they just don't care about anything else. Oh, he earns 5,000 a year. Yeah, go for it.
Can you die of happiness? Do you know he was totally ignorant of my being in town in the spring?
How did he account for it?
He thought me indifferent.
Unfathomable.
Wonder
Led
how
up
that happened.
poisoned by his pernicious sister.
Bravo.
If there was such a not man for you.
Oh, if only.
Perhaps Mr. Collins has a cousin.
God, I bloody hope not. Don't need more Mr. Collins.
What's that?
What?
Maybe he's changed his mind.
Imagine. Oh, welcome. Like she owns a bloody place.
You have a very small garden, madam.
Could I offer you a cup of tea, perhaps?
Absolutely not. I need to speak to Miss Elizabeth Bennet alone, as a matter of urgency.
Oh, all right.
You can be at no loss, Miss Bennet, to understand why I am here.
Indeed, you are mistaken. I cannot account for this honour at all.
Miss Bennet, I warn you.
Honour?
I am not to be trifled with. Has it not been industriously circulated by yourself?
I have never heard of it.
And can you declare there is no foundation for it?
Do not pretend to possess equal frankness with your ladyship. You may ask a question which I may choose not to answer.
This is not to be borne. Has my nephew made you an offer of marriage?
Your ladyship has declared it to be impossible.
Let me be understood. Mr. Darcy is engaged to my daughter.
Right.
Now what have you to say?
Only this, if that is the case, you can have no reason to suppose he would make an offer to me.
You selfish girl.
All right, Judy Dench.
Do you think it can be prevented by a young woman of inferior birth, whose own sister's elopement resulted in a scandalously patched-up marriage, only achieved at the expense of your uncle? Heaven and earth, are the shades of Pemberley to be thus polluted?
What are you waffling? Who so mad how much they cared about certain things. Like,
and will you promise never to enter into such an engagement?
I will not, and I certainly never shall.
Shall not promise.
You have insulted me in every possible way and can now have nothing further to say. I must ask you to leave immediately.
Get wrecked. Keira Knightley ain't standing for it.
Good night.
I have never been thus treated in my entire life.
Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, no.
What on earth is going on?
Misunderstanding.
Lizzie?
For once in your life, leave me alone!
Literally. Thank God I couldn't go from that to then the mum waffling off about something. Because she looks like she's got the Twilight filter on. The film Twilight. Oh, I've seen that shot somewhere. See it again. They've got some pretty sick shots in this, to be fair. In his trench coat. Oof, the music hitting hard. Tom Wamscans. Again, appeared out of nowhere, but...
You must know. Surely you must know it was all for you. You are too generous to trifle with me. I believe you spoke with my aunt last night, and it has taught me to hope, as I'd scarcely allowed myself before. If your feelings are still what they were last April, tell me so at once.
Ooh. Last April? How long's this film been? In terms of the timeline?
However, your feelings have changed. I would have to tell you. You have bewitched me, body and soul.
Ooh.
I love you. I never wish to be parted from you from this day on.
Jeez, bro. Understandably so, these two have like kept it lingering for how long? Oh my god, you two are actually gonna kiss.
Well then.
I mean, they kind of had sex already when he held her hand, so, as we spoke about. Go on. The sun's beaming, you might as well. Yeah, that's good enough, to be honest.
I look quite pretty.
We gotta do Pirates of the Caribbean.
Shut the door, please, Elizabeth.
Be no other objection than your belief in my indifference.
None at all. We all know him to be a proud, unpleasant sort of fellow. But this would be nothing if you really liked him.
I do like him.
Seems like she's his favourite daughter.
I love him. You don't know him, Papa. If I told you what he was really like, what he's done.
What has he done?
God, it's like they've just got Damon Salvatore walking around or something.
Good Lord. I must pay him back.
No. You mustn't tell anyone. He wouldn't want it. He and I are so similar.
I guess a little bit.
We're so stubborn. I'm apart.
God, he's just buzzing for her. Yes, Donald.
You really do love him, don't you?
Very much.
At least the dad's sick. The mum's annoying, but...
I heartily give my consent. It's worthy.
Well, he won't give those reactions around to anyone else, was he?
Any young men come for Mary or Kitty, for heaven's sake, send them in.
Didn't get a word of that one.
At my leisure.
I think he ships them both, my God. God, that's just her house now. Boom. Done.
What shall I call you when I'm cross? Mrs. Darcy.
No. No.
Donald.
You may only call me Mrs. Darcy when you are completely and perfectly and incandescently happy.
Incandescently? Ooh. Whipping out big words in this
How
film.
are you this evening?
Sometimes.
Mrs. Darcy.
Are we finally going to do it? Literally the last scene.
Mrs. Darcy.
Black, so we're not going to show you. Yeah, that was a good. Are we ending on that? Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I've never known a film to just end on the first kiss. Pretty cool. I want to... There was a TV show about this. I'm not making it up. I want to say it was Colin Firth played Mr. Darcy in that. Is that like a... I'm just completely spelled Pride wrong somehow. Alright. I want to say it's like a BBC drama or something. Is this it? No, that's a movie. There's another film in 2008. Is it this show, 1995? Does that sound about right? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So, this has only 6 episodes. Jennifer Eel played Elizabeth. I don't even know who that is. I don't know who any of these actors are apart from Colin Firth. But yeah, I wonder if this is this meant to be better or I don't know. This has an 85, so it has a higher rating than the film does, but less votes to be fair. So take that what you will. Very good film. I really enjoyed this. It just felt like it wasn't doing too much with the drama. It just felt like it was quite relaxing in a lot of ways. They had their dramatic moments for sure, but for the most part, I'd say for 80% of it, it was just like a chilled, relaxing film, romance. I will say the one thing about it, I didn't love Mr. Darcy. It's like acted very well, of course. I think some of the scenes he was in were really good, or most of the scenes he was in actually were really good. But in terms of like liking him as a character, I didn't hate him. I wouldn't say I loved him though. I definitely preferred Elizabeth as a character and some of the sisters. I'd say Donald Sutherland's character was pretty cool, and then Rosamund Pike's, and then I liked Lilith. She was decent. Carey Mulligan was in this? Where? Huh. Carey Mulligan was in this. Let me search which character that was. That's going to annoy me. I feel like I should have noticed Carey Mulligan, Pride and Prejudice. Which character were you? Oh, that was her? Like, literally one of the main sisters. Mad. I didn't even notice. Fair enough. I mean, she would have been, what, really young here. She's, how old is she now? Carey Mulligan is, if it loads, 38. So same, well, which is the same age as Keira Knightley, but I felt like Keira Knightley was just recognised when Carey Mulligan kind of wasn't. Anyway, yeah, cool. Judi Dench, there's some really great actors in there for sure. And like I say, the romance was the main part about the film, and that worked, I'd say, for the most part, for sure. If that flopped, then, I mean, you have a flop of a film. Well, not really, but because the characters were good. What we got? One of the most beautiful movies ever made, in my opinion. The music was banging. The cinematography was great, to be fair. The scene, yeah. It did capture, like, romance very well in a lot of the scenes they were together. I'll give it that for sure. So, and Keira Knightley, very good. It's good to see her. Like I said, I've not seen her in a film in so long, so it's just good to see her acting again. I don't count Love Actually. It was on in the background, So the last, like I said, the last film was The Imitation Game, which she was really good in that as well. But did she? I think she got nominated for an Oscar for The Imitation Game. Actually, very good film. I'm going to go a 7.4. I think. Not amazing. I don't think it was like an incredible film. Once I loved it or anything, but I do think it was really, really good for the most part. Directed by Joe Wright, who also directed... What else we got here? Nothing. Oh, Darkest Hour. I've not seen that, but I got nominated for an Oscar, I think. Oh, he directed Atonement as well. That makes sense, actually. Does feel Atonement-esque. I don't think I finished Atonement. I think I watched like the first half, maybe. I can't really remember what happens. I remember they have sex on a bookshelf. That's really about it. That's all you need to know about Atonement, really, I guess. Yep, there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the film down below in the comments. And our next and final film that was voted for is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, I want to say it's called, with Matthew... No, does that have Matthew McConaughey in? I think it has Matthew McConaughey in. So that'll be the next one we do. And then we'll do a new poll with 3 new films. So come back for that. Even though by the time this film's on YouTube, we might have done the poll already, but... Either way, we have polls going quite regularly on Patreon, so you can join us if you want to. But yeah, until the next film, thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.